What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. This is Arrow Season 6, Episode 21, Docket number 11-19-41-73. Because whenever you can't think up a clever title, just, hey, you know that one thing that they said in this episode? You know, the docket number of this trial? Let's just throw that in as the title, because we don't need, like, an actual title. We can just throw that as the title, and people will just be like, oh, it's symbolic, because it's actually what happens. Anyways, so ultimately, not much happens in this episode. A couple things do happen, but pretty much the point of this episode was Oliver's on trial for being the Green Arrow. It seems like there's no way for him to get out of it, and basically they're just trying to find a way to get him out of it. And for a little while there, it just seemed like they were going to do the thing where he gets found guilty of it, but then they find a way to get him out of the situation. You know, they managed to break him out of prison or stop the people from taking him to prison type of thing. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but for the most part, it kind of played out about how I'd expect it would. You know, they're trying to find different ways to sort of help Oliver. Renee is super adamant that he's going to try to help out because he's the one that kind of started this whole thing off. And then when he's about to testify, Diaz gets his daughter and then forces him pretty much to testify against Oliver, so he does. They come up with a couple of other plans. One involved, Felicity just sort of getting up there and pretty much defending him as an expert witness. But, of course, before she even gets finished, all of a sudden, the Green Arrow falls in the room, and it's Tommy Merlin. And, of course, I'm thinking, okay, so it's probably a human target guy, whatever his name is, Chance, I think. And so he donned the mask of Tommy Merlin. He pretended to be Tommy and said, hey, I'm the Green Arrow. And so that kind of helped, but then the jury was still in Diaz's pocket anyway, so they were like, no, he's guilty, Oliver's guilty. And so then all of a sudden, in a shocking move, the judge is like, you know what, no. There is reasonable doubt, and the jury still found him guilty, so I say he's free to go, Oliver. And for a second there, I was like, wow. Like, finally, because we had a scene where Laurel stood up to Diaz earlier because she was supposed to come in and testify and say, no, Oliver is definitely the Green Arrow. And so I was wondering, I was like, so are they going to do something where because Laurel stood up to Diaz, finally other people are like, wait, he's just one man. Why are we all working for him again? And the judge is just like, yeah, I'm done too. You know what? This isn't right. Oliver, there's enough reasonable doubt, and the jury, obviously still pressured by Diaz, no, this isn't right. You're free to go. And then they find out that apparently it wasn't the judge. It was Chance again, disguised as the judge. So, yeah, basically Diaz, even though Laurel finally stood up to him, Diaz still has a grip on the city for whatever reason. And, Laurel tries to take him down, but instead of, shooting him or something, she tries to use her scream to kill him. And he takes that time to stop her scream with some sort of sonic device. I don't even know what it is. I think they actually used it on her before, like the team did. And for some reason, Diaz has it now. Whatever the case, though, she has a chance to kill him, doesn't, because even though she tries to use her scream, she could just shoot him because she had a gun. But no, that would be way too easy, and Diaz would be dead at that point. And honestly, should be dead by this point, because he's still not a good villain. I've said this throughout the entire season. He's not that interesting. There's nothing special about him aside from the fact that somehow he managed to gain control of the entire city to the point where the judge is on his payroll, the jury is on his payroll, the DA, or the prosecutor they brought in, the DA is on his payroll, but the prosecutor's not, but she's still working for him pretty much. I was honestly surprised that Oliver's defense attorney was not on his payroll somehow. But literally everybody is on his payroll in the city, except for the people closest to Oliver. And I'm just thinking to myself, how? Explain this to me. How did he get so much power so quickly to the point where now pretty much everybody's on his payroll and he could just do whatever he wants, and people are just like, okay, yeah, bad it, no problem here. You got it, Mr. Diaz. Or John and what's her face, the new Black Canary, Dinah. They both go to attack him after he leaves the courthouse, and what happens? The entire police force comes up. You want us to shoot him, boss? So they're all under his... He pretty much has control of everything. Like, literally, it's all of Star City versus Green Arrow and the team. I'm just like, no explanation as to why. And what's really funny to me is this is the one thing about this episode that really stood out to me as really, really dumb. Oliver, of course, is going through this whole like debacle of, do you tell everybody that you're the Green Arrow and just try to wave the jury and just be like, look how much good he's done for this city. Try to get him convicted of being the Green Arrow, but not found guilty of the punishment. Just the first part. So they're trying to find that out. They're trying to talk about that, and Oliver's just like, I can't do it. I can't put my family in danger. It would put a target on my back. I'm thinking to myself, dude, everyone already knows you're the freaking Green Arrow. There's already a target on your back. Literally every villain you faced over the past several seasons have known that you were the Green Arrow, and so they targeted your family and friends. So you acting like, I can't do that to my family and friends. It already happened so many times. Like, it's ridiculous to me because they're treating it as like, what happens if the villains find out that he's the Green Arrow? What happens then? Half of them already know. And because half of the people are on Diaz's payroll, that means they already know that he's Oliver Queen as well. And so they're treating this as like some big ultimate thing. Like, oh no, guys, we can't do this. We can't tell anyone he's the Green Arrow. Why? This isn't like Bruce Wayne and Batman where the villains almost never found out he was Bruce Wayne except for some select few. This is like almost every villain he's ever faced has eventually found out he's the Green Arrow, and his family got into danger and his friends got into danger, but they found a way out of it. A couple times, close friends died, like Laurel and then like his mom. But still, they found out. They know. Diaz has known almost since the beginning of the season that Oliver was the Green Arrow. And yet they're treating it as some big major deal. Like, guys, do we tell it again? You compare it to another show, The Flash. Barry had a moment where he was on trial for being the Flash, and people were like, oh no, what's he gonna do? Or not on trial for being the Flash. He was on trial for killing DeVoe. And there was a chance where it was like, do you tell everyone you're the Flash? DeVoe is one of the couple villains. Well, okay, no, take that back. Every villain at some point has figured out that he's the Flash, but most of them already knew him at some point. So, but the week-to-week villains, the villains that he faces week in, week out, they don't ever figure out. So, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. The fact that they were about to say that Barry was the Flash, that's kind of a big deal because it puts Iris in danger. It puts Joe in danger. It puts Star Labs in danger because now people know that's where they're coming from. So I look at that and I see, wow, they've really handled his secret identity very well. They've handled that situation very well to where that's actually kind of an emotional moment. It's like, oh my gosh, is she about to say it in the courtroom? Here, they're talking about it. I'm just like, I have no reaction because who cares? Pretty much everybody at some point has already thought that Oliver was Green Arrow. Hell, William was made fun at school for some reason because the kids think his dad is Green Arrow. Even though, most kids will find that super awesome, they're making fun of him for it. So even kids know that Oliver's the Green Arrow. And so I look at that decision and they're treating it as this really emotional and difficult decision for Oliver because, I can't do that. I can't tell everyone because then it would put a target on my back. My family would be in danger. Dude, your family's already in danger. People already know. Most people have already figured it out. Most villains already know who you are. So, really? Is it really that big a deal? And let's also talk about the fact that, who would that put in danger? William? Okay, yeah, I could see that being a problem, but, you're home a lot nowadays. And I'm pretty sure you've got people that can protect William. And the other, your friends are all vigilantes, so they could take care of themselves. Felicity is a super hacker, so she can clearly take care of themselves. You have a secret base that they could be in if you wanted them to. I get the fact, okay, he did say at one point, I just want to live a normal life after this. I can kind of understand that. But that's not what he said throughout most of the episode. For most of it, it was about protecting Felicity and William, which Felicity can pretty much handle herself at this point. And William, you can have people take care of him. I get that part. No, I don't get that part. I'm saying I get the other part where he's talking about, I just want to live a normal life after this. Yeah, that makes sense. Going to prison, that would suck. Being constantly known as a vigilante and you wouldn't be able to live normally, yeah, that would suck. I get that part. But he only said that one time, And then the other 10, 15 times he was like, no, it's for Felicity and William. It's to protect my family. Blah, 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 blah. It's stupid. It was really an uneventful episode, aside from the fact that Laurel finally decided to stand up to Diaz, which I really, throughout most of the season, I'm just thinking to myself, why is she working for him in the first place? And of course, they're bringing out the whole, oh, well, it's because he killed that one guy, and she found that shocking. He's a bad guy. He's killed plenty of guys before. Why is this any different? So, I don't know. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for the moment where Laurel finally said, oh, enough is enough. I'm tired of working for you. It should have been a lot earlier because it's just made her seem like such a weak character this season. And she's not. Well, okay, Black Siren might be. But I don't know, just seeing Laurel Lance be all like scared of him and be like, oh, okay, I'm being choked. Okay, God, do what you say. I'm so scared and crying. And, It's not the Laurel Lance I've come to know. It's not the Black Siren I've come to know either. And it's been a real downturn for her character. So I'm glad she finally had a moment to stand up. It's been a long time coming. But anyways, with that being said, what do you guys think about this episode? Let me know. We can talk about it and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe, future error reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.